calls for help after a rash of burglaries. An alarming increase in crime here in San Jose, and officers are concerned it's only going to get worse.
This is the definition of what it is right now. Welcome to BOTZ3. My name is fucking Caustic as usual. Wow. Who is my man right here?
Never slipping, never tripping, always coming up on the next bitches gripping. Ooh!
Travion!
Who is this?
Reverse live, fresh coast, gold shards, bitch.
Who are you, motherfucker?
Joe Cutter, I do this, motherfucker.
We have a classic one-round unlimited joint going on right now. This happened once before. Somehow Dirt survived the tiger swipe, but we're gonna let him try his fucking luck again. You unlucky son of a bitch.
You tried the tiger swipe, but you get a second try at life.
Oh, bars.
Oh,
Bars, though.
Spathosaurus.
First off, to my left, the hometown hero, you all know, repping that counterproductive. Please make some noise for Dirtbag Dan, yo.
Hey, shouts out to Battleborn Clothing. Battleborn Clothing. They made this whole fucking battle happen. Respect to you, Smoke, son.
Travion turned down the mic real fast.
And straight from Stockton, Cali, a.k.a. the depths of Christopher Robin's imagination, Tiger motherfucking time!
Wildlife Records, representing, you know what I mean? Tiger Circle, you know what I mean? 10 tigers.
I'm gonna give you a choice.
10 tigers.
What do you want, Ty?
I want head.
No, I mean, you want to go first?
He's an honest man.
You want first? You want to go first? You want me to go first? First. You want me to go first? You want to go first?
Yo.
You go first.
You already know what it is. History in the making. Round one. Tiger fucking
Tiger Ty's belt is on you.
Hey, when me and Dirtbag Dan met in the sack, we fought with an axe, not a language. Walked towards one another and exploded, because that's where we was taking it. I flew into my next victim and started to strangle him. While Dirt had to walk back to California from Pennsylvania. I scared my niggas to death because I ain't their friend named Damien. They think they know, but they don't know who the fuck I am. I must be an alien. So my bitch made some eggs and thought about laying them.
Talk that shit, Tiger Ty. Talk that shit.
Right outside Australia, inside an Australian. And Dirtbag Dan is a bitch.
True story.
Dirtbag Danielle is a bitch.
Okay.
Queer thinks his two sons in this atmosphere like a fish. He's a shrimp. Hey yo, when he's walking, doggy, yo, son hips got a twitch. He's a witch. They ain't got spits like a loogie, you stupid nigga, and you don't know how to do shit. The invisible dragon does exist, but Dan don't know how to use it. He's useless. If he was getting hit by an attacker, he's clueless. The dragon looking at him like he's stupid and saying he's no longer my student. He wanted Dan to perform a show instead of good point about music. Show me some initiative improvements to make your style get ruthless. See, look, if your bitch was fine as hell, I'd spit at her sounding like Luther. But she got a crew cut looking like Rasputin. And I should beat you until you don't want no more and fuck your whore. And uppercut Dan into the sky next to a thunderstorm. Before the summer's gone. I made lightning strike earlier this season like I'm Milo Yellowhorn. Why he waving white ribbons trying to end another war? In other wars, I won awards and doubled up my score. He should have been able to hurt any other horse. So if he can pass, If he can pass all my fantastic and sphinxes, then I'll give him another door that's fake. Dan sucker ass should have got blown away. But not me, why? Because you already know my name. I'm on a surfboard and I brought some rollerblades. So when me and my big Sandy show up late to an empty open state like some hurricanes. Okay. We had all the safety deposits broken, and you know we broke in all the banks. So fuck America, Sandy. After this, we just gonna Harlem Shake. Because they robbed this place from the American Indians, plus they stole all his weight. Now I know how Dan get down. He's a venomous bastard like King Cobra snakes. That's why most of y'all got killed in Afghanistan behind some holding tanks behind a soldier base, and his last request was just to blow some grapes. Time. Hey, man.
Y'all don't even know what y'all just bear witness to. Oh. What else?
Wildlife.
There it is. Dirk, okay. It's on you.
All right.
Pretty sure. At some point.
Before we battle, I just want to say, the last time we did this, you gave me a diagnosis, but the doctor said it was bogus. He said there's no such thing as contaminated skin bumps from microscoliosis. Imagine how much of an idiot I look like standing there trying to talk with them, talking about galactoxism generated galactotoxism. I should swipe him in the face. Look.
Too soon, bro.
I felt those paws. Pause. No, fuck that shit. We don't pause like read dollars. It's in the car. It's in the car. I got change in my ashtray like $3. I told Costa get Ty a Happy Meal. Make sure the toy inside is Fisher Price. And even though we told him about it now, when you give it to him later, it'll still be a big surprise. Home Depot, Lowe's. Circuit City, or is it Fry's? Now that most Radio Shacks are closed, where do you go to get your big supplies? Just because Tigger's tail turns into a spring doesn't mean that tigers fly. Tiger Bomb! Bet that shit sting if it landed in Tiger's eye. Tiger bars. Watch Son get cooked. Conceited's on TV, you can't get one quick look. But you can't share Khan's fame, you couldn't get Tiger in the whole Jungle Book. Slow it down, I said Shere Khan, that's the tiger's name from the Jungle Book. Yeah. Tiger bars. Tiger bars. Tiger bars.
That's me forgetting my bars right there for sure.
Hold on, let's read these.
And there goes the phone, yep.
Oh, okay. I've already survived the Tiger once. I got counters for everything Tiger does. If he Tiger swipes and I Tiger knee. Turn Tiger tie to a Tiger rug. He's retarded, so we all show Tiger love. He got dropped on the head as a Tiger cub. If I swing off the green, that's Tiger's club. No Charlie Sheen, you'll see Tiger's blood. What's a tiger's claw to an eagle's beak? Bird bars let the eagle speak. Here we go. I can see it all from an eagle's peak. You that bunny trapped in the eagle's feet. Oh, hold on. It's tiger bars. I got caught up on this eagle streak. It's San Jose. I'm a tiger shark. I hammer heads if they swim too deep. I said, tiger speak. Get your tiger trained. I'm like, Siegfried and Roy with this tiger game. When them cannons burst, clowns jump through frames. Wait, I'm Siegfried, not Roy, who the tiger man. I bet y'all getting pretty sick of this tiger thing. Like, how many times do you say tiger? Dang. I'm about to take this tiger tie name flip shit to a higher plane. Tiger tie? I bought you this tiger tie. Now, the tie on the tiger tie is technically from Thailand. So it's really a tiger tie. If I teach you how to tie this tiger tie, you'll be tiger tie wearing a tiger tie. Let's see, do I tie right? Can we do this? Can we get this on? Make some noise for tiger tie in this mother.
A classic right there, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't know how to tie ties, obviously.
I still don't know how to tie a tie either. That hasn't changed. That aspect of my life hasn't changed at all. I still don't know how to tie a tie. What's up, fools? Behind the bots. Look at my hands. This is a hand dance. This is a hand dance. What's good? All right. Hi, what's up, everybody? I'm Dan. It's Ryan.
Yeah.
Travion is in the kennel, but Travion's here. He'll probably make an appearance later.
He's a
chilling.
good boy.
He's been a good fucking boy, man.
It's a good dog.
He tears up up the stairs a couple times, and then he's a little guy, so you imagine that's a lot of work for the kid. So yeah, we're talking BOTZ3 today. This was the first card we did in an actual venue. This was a big step up for us as a league. You know what I mean? Leaving the warehouse. I think we would have still done the warehouse if we could, but we didn't have access to the warehouse anymore. So we decided to actually try and do it a venue like some professionals. And this venue was actually the same venue that hosted Back to Basics 3. So this is the same place that was
that it is.
Daylight Crip in a Box. I think that personally, and not just because I'm on it, but I think that's one of the best battle rap cards
Of all time. Easy.
You got Big K versus Caustic. Look at me, K. You got Crip in a Box. You got
Disaster versus Glange.
Disaster versus Glange. My retirement joint against DNA. There's other ones I'm forgetting on there that were straight.
Madflex versus Loose Cypher.
Oh, was that on there too? Damn.
Frack versus Full Coma.
And the dude blew the fucking smoke in his face and he busted out the inhaler.
Pass versus Arsenal.
Yep, Pass Arsenal. Totally. Fresco-tosaurus, which is like a battle of the year that year for sure. Oh my God, what a card!
Back-to-back classics.
So that card happened in San Jose at this venue, basically because of this event right here. Because as you can see, Lush is here. A lot of the big names in battle rap were at the venue, so everyone's seen that we could throw a big event here in San Jose, and we had a big audience, I think. So people were just like, yeah, it can be done. And then that's why I believe, I don't know if it's 4, but there's a 4.5, and that is actually the event that is attached to Back to Basics. We did the Caustic versus Marv 1 there, and Cadillac Ron versus
that's when I tried out.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that was that weekend, Back to Basics on the same street across the street. We'll do that card probably with 4.
Wait, no, I think there was a different one actually. I don't think the Marv Caustic was the Back to Basics weekend.
You don't. Maybe you're right. You might not. You might be right. But I know we did an event, a 4.5 that weekend.
Yeah, we definitely because Black Academics was on the one.
And I think Megadeth versus Cadillac Ron was on it because it was supposed to be on Back to Basics.
Yeah.
But then it ended up not being on it. So
and
then
I
we
think
put it on there.
Maybe even Laughstock had a battle on that one.
Possibly, yes. But we're talking about all the other cards, but the card that we're supposed to be fucking talking about.
Oh yes.
Be fucking professional for 2 seconds, Ryan. I'm getting the FaceTime shit together right now. We're going to call the Moist Mob. We're going to get both the guys in here, and we're going to talk about our first experience. Sounds super gay when I say it like that. But we're going to talk about our first event at a actual venue because it was a big step up for us. While I get this ready, why don't we... why don't you break? I'm gonna do it there, but I'm gonna.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm. Come on, man.
No, yeah. So
you don't want to give away the boys' numbers. What was I gonna say? Why don't you tell them about the UFC fight companion we did?
Oh yeah, no, that shit was
weekend?
fucking awesome. And I like doing the idea of doing more like companion type shit, especially because it's like I already did something like that with like L Dog with one of the wrestling events, and then fucking yeah, we did the fucking UFC companion yesterday. Watch fucking Cody Garbrandt do a fucking like a moment in time sort of fucking knockout. Like that shit's gonna be like on highlight reels and replays fucking forever.
That was the most
made us
anime
forget
knockout ever.
about Old Boy's other knockout, which was a good knockout.
Sugar Sean O'Malley.
O'Malley, that's what it was. I knew it was just some Irish as fuck name. That shit was great though. No, that was a lot of fun, and it was cool because there are some folks that fuck with wrestling that do fuck with the fact that I be watching wrestling shit on here, but they don't really watch new wrestling. So it's not like a lot of folks were already watching the UFC fights. So it was easy to do a companion. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially since that's like the only sport that's happening right now.
Pretty much. Yeah. So yeah, that was a lot of fun.
How one-sided was that Amanda Nunes fight?
Yeah, no, that was just sad. Honestly, like I kind of forgot about that one too, just because of how sad it was. Like she just like that was just like a tale of just a woman getting her ass beat for fucking all 5 rounds. And it's like, yeah, she survived. She survived longer than Cyborg, so I guess there's like some pride in that. But fuck, man, like at a certain level, like if you can't get it done, like I don't know if you should just keep putting yourself through all that. But
Yeah,
fuck,
exactly. Throw the towel in.
But you are a fighter, so it's like I can understand a fighter's mindset.
Yeah, I'd say throw the fucking towel in, to be honest with you. It's like at that point, it's like, and they never do that, or they don't do it enough in MMA, where they just say, all right, there's no way you're fucking winning this fight. It happens a lot more in boxing, so.
For sure.
Do I gotta press something else? Oh, there we go. All right.
Bang, bang.
We're calling the boys. We're calling the boys. We're calling the boys. It says we're waiting. I hope that they answer.
Boys are back on the face chat.
Oh, I see somebody's popping up right now.
The wheels are spinning.
Okay, so shouts out to everybody's in here right now. We got Mandrew, we got Skillet Burritos, we got Zan Aykroyd, we got
Hey!
Oh, hey, look, it's the Moist Mob. Check it out. Let me go to full screen. Bang. Oh, wow, what's up? Full bots, baby.
Yeah.
I was actually wearing a bot shirt today, a white one, and it got
Didn't make them big enough for me.
we never did. We never made the bots bed
The website
sheets.
didn't go up to 5x.
We didn't make the
big tall line.
I was just gonna make some bots like kids bed sheets, and then we cut a head hole and a couple armholes in them. Sew that bitch up. We get the bots moo. We get.
we're gonna buy 2 4Xs and sew them together so Andrew could wear them for BOTZ3. But
Yeah. It wasn't in the budget. We blew our budget on No Shame versus Joe Cutter for this one.
Oh yeah, we did. Well worth it.
He said, "Yeah, we did." So the card for this one, real fast. Let me pull this bitch up. Is we had me versus Tiger Ty was the headline joint, and don't worry, guys, you don't have to watch any more battles from me while we do this. That was the last one I battled on, and you could see because I pull out my phone that that's the reason why. Joe Cutter versus No Shame. Mad Flex versus Emerson Kennedy. Crazy big battle before its time. Luck Lush versus Reverse Live. Why did I put Luck Lush's name first? Why did I make Reverse Live battle Luck Lush? What happened? Did he owe me money or something? We're gonna have to we're gonna have to revisit that one. Pariah versus Lex D. I definitely remember that one. And then Pariah's buddy Crazy K got molly-whopped by Essam on that card. And then we just had a whole bunch of random. Remember Twitch? Do you guys remember Twitch?
Yeah.
You remember Twitch used to say all the he would tweet like the funniest shit about girls all the time. Do you remember?
Yeah.
That fool.
You guys would go over that on the show all the time.
Dude, I can't. I'm like trying to think of a classic like Twitch tweet right now, but boy, that dude, he would have some really classic tweets going on. So, do you remember how or why we ended up going with the venue and not the warehouse? I think the warehouse wasn't available to us, right?
I think that the guy he either like we couldn't find him.
No, I think he stopped renting the warehouse at that point. By that point, I don't know how long this was after. How long do you think this was after the last event? Like, how long were we doing between events at this point?
Oh man,
probably
that was August 30th. I don't know.
Well,
at least 6 months.
What are the dates on the flyers?
Months, right?
Yeah, no, I feel like it was almost summer to summer. Like we didn't, because like those other ones happened the last summer. Yo, what up? RYD represent. I see my boy Avocado in here. Was good.
Bang bang.
So I think that this was like almost like our first real event, because the BOTZ2 we were kind of operating on the same playbook that we put together for the voice box battles for BOTZ1. And then this one is like at least like 6 months later, we found an actual venue and we were taking it a little more seriously as far as like, okay, we're going to have we'll have security this time. There'll be a bar, you know what I mean? Like professional atmosphere, as much as you get at Club Beso. But we can go into that a little more.
With like the giant rocket fan over the
yeah. So there was some definite moments that were created in that venue. We were just talking about how that was the place that they did Back to Basics. But also when you talk about the fan, it reminds me of when we did the Rumble, the Caddy Royale, and the fan started up just out of nowhere in the middle of Ilmac's round, and then Ilmac had like a rebuttal about the fan. But yeah, like that venue did get super fucking hot during the summer, and I want to say we had like, I remember being surprised by how many people showed up. What about you guys?
Yeah, well, because I remember going there and thinking, hopefully we have enough people to fill up that little area in the back corner, and then by the time you guys battled you and Ty, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, we filled that bitch up.
Filled it up. Like, we need to scoot back a little bit.
And I think, and it's so funny because that was Club Miami, but then it changed to Beso. That's the club that's directly on the other side of the back bar, and which is just kind of like a famous place in San Jose for like letting fuck shit happen. Like a lot of just like,
it was just like 3 fucking crazy clubs in a row. It was like back bar, then you walk to Beso, then you walk through the hallway.
Yes, and well, there was like back bar was like 2 clubs, and we definitely did a bunch of events in back bar. We've done events in the small part of back bar, where like, and then they're doing techno next door, so we have to fucking go. We did a couple battles outside in the park because we were like competing.
That was for the whole BOTZ title. We had to move it outside.
Oh my god! And remember, the funniest thing about that is there's like nobody in the room where they're playing techno too. It's not like there was like a huge ass dance party. There was like 15 people in a giant ass room slamming music. Meanwhile, we got like 100 people in a tiny ass room. Like, hey, turn the fucking bass off! Don't open that door. Someone stand in front of the door. Yeah. Oh my god.
We did a full cavity search before going into that place too. It was like the most intense security. It was intense.
And then he comes and yells at you, like,
open your bag, take your lens off, open the camera.
Yes, because they let all the fuck shit happen there. And then no matter what, there would still be like weapons in the club, no matter what. Like, somehow versus with all that security, someone's still like just like, hey, check this out. And I'm like, oh god. But
that BOTZ3 was, remember we had Kevin help us film.
Yes.
He was the third cameraman.
Yes.
It wasn't just me and Andrew.
And it was
we had like 7 cameras set up for that one. We were just
So yeah, that would talk to us a little bit about like the mindset going into that one from the last event, and like how you definitely tried to do more this time because you're like, okay, we're gonna be in a real venue, so we're gonna have as many cameras as possible, and just like it was a more serious operation for you guys, I remember, than the warehouse.
Because that was
a transition period for number 3. We wanted to do. We tried to get like the most coverage that we could. We wanted to be able to see everyone's face, like get all the reactions and everything like that. And then that rolling into after that event, we kind of started simplifying things. That was that whole event was kind of a big testing ground for us. But I noticed also in the Tiger we had the light. It must have been on one of our cameras, right?
I was gonna say it was on.
I think we forgot. We had to have our buddy go borrow lights from someone at the last moment because we didn't have enough lights because it was too dark in there.
Oh no shit! And we figured that out in the venue.
Yeah.
Well, because that place is.
I think we had a light that was just a light bulb on top of a stand, just clamped on there with no focus. It was just a light bulb. Sweet, let's do it.
We duct taped a light bulb to a fucking pole, and we just someone was holding it.
You could see all the battlers were just it's like one bright light.
Oh yeah. And that place is weird because it's we were doing all these battles during the day, but there's no windows that reach where the floor is of the club. It's just like a pit in the back, which is also why it gets super fucking hot inside there. It's just like a heat hole. One thing about that club that's funny is that they always had one bartender, and she sucked. She was fucking terrible.
I remember that.
And she was kind of a bitch. And
everyone got angry too.
She would be a bitch, and she would take off for long periods of time, and there'd be 100 people trying to get drinks, and I'd be like, "Why do you have one fucking bartender, dude?"
Yeah, I couldn't even get a water. After the cavity surge, you had to go in there and get dehydrated. Surprised there wasn't any altercations
because he wouldn't let you bring in any bottles of water, anything.
Yeah,
yes,
I remember that.
Camera gear.
Yes, and I think he didn't think that we were gonna have a big audience because this was our first time there. So that's probably, I think after a while he started having that other little dude help the chick with the bartending, which is still way understaffed. But I think they went into it thinking because they did so many just whatever hip hop shows and fucking rock shows that were more people on stage than in the audience, that they were whatever, we're just booking some shit so that maybe 3 people will buy drinks on a Saturday afternoon. And then we end up showing up with hundreds of people, and after that he was definitely hey, when's the next event, which is definitely why the Back to Basics event happened there. And this is way before anyone was doing pay-per-view. All of the battles were going straight to YouTube, but when they did get to the Back to Basics event, that was a whole nother hurdle to jump, because you could once again, it's this little box that's in the back of this venue, so there's no way there was you didn't have bars on your phone really, so the internet was terrible. They had no in-house internet, or whatever the router was fucking 2 miles away in the other fucking club. So actually that Back to Basics event was entirely streamed off of Kyle's iPhone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was that I know Kyle's in the chat. Was that before or after he helped us film BOTZ3 with the Rumble?
So we were trying to figure that out, and I think it was after, because I was saying that we did the 4.5 event, and that was the event that was attached to
the
Back to Basics. He said, that was after.
Yeah.
Because that was the next event we did was 4, and then we did 4.5 the weekend of Back to Basics, the Friday night, and Back to Basics was on Saturday.
Was BOTZ3 the one where we did that cipher that?
Yes, the cipher that was okay, how many things went wrong with the cipher? We never released it. Fools were certainly forgetting their bars. I think the thing is that I had thrown a lot of hip hop shows in the past, and then I was like got into the mode of like throwing these battle events, and I just assumed that like the club had everything we needed. You know what I mean? But I feel like there was like one microphone and like the sound system was really fucking bad. I don't even know. We were playing like off a CD that was like running in the back or some shit. Like, I don't know. So many things went wrong with the quote unquote Fresh Coast cipher here that's on the flyer. So many things went wrong that that Fresh Coast cipher actually didn't even happen.
No.
Well, it did happen, but we didn't attach it to we didn't film it, or we didn't release the footage of it at all.
Did we film it?
Yeah, I get okay. So this is what I think happened. Now that I'm thinking about it, in the venue, it was decent probably because you could hear the beat and we were rapping, and motherfuckers can rap, but there was like some awkward transitions between the battlers and stuff like that, and I think Lush might have freestyled a whole thing.
Of course.
But the problem was, and the reason that we didn't release the footage was because the audio was fucking terrible on the cameras.
I remember Skylar was panicking before.
Yeah.
He was like, go up on stage and test the mic, and there was a lot of.
That's right.
I walked up there. I was like, I test one. There was like there was a lot of firsts at this event. I think that was the first ever battle trailer I ever did was No Shame versus Joe Cutter.
Yep. And we went and did
when we first started. This was a lot of firsts at this one.
Yeah.
So that was the first one that we wanted to have a control in. Like, we wanted to figure it out. Because, you know, for BOTZ3, we were still, like you said,
we're still collaborating with
the Chuck
Rory.
mode.
Yeah.
Speaking of Lush, fuck off just reminded me. Lush is back, ladies and gentlemen. He resurfaced completely sober.
With a new lady too.
I saw him with a new
he was with his lady before he went to rehab, which is even more awesome. Because she stuck by the guy the whole time. He was like, it might as well have been locked up because he couldn't. He didn't have access to the outside world or the internet or anything like that. But apparently, he's 100% clean.
Yeah.
And
is he really? Good
yes,
for him,
like and the thing about this is that like he would always say that shit, kind of like and always be like on something. But this, for the first time, I think in his life, and you could tell by the pictures of him, he's legit 100% clean. Like, he looks crazy healthy.
Yeah.
Like, I got so used to like the gray skin, like Solomon Grande fucking Lush, that like I was like legit shocked. I was like staring at this picture of his face for like 5 minutes. Like, holy
when I saw
shit.
That first picture, I was like, is this really Lush right now?
I was like, wow. He's got some. He looks like he's got his cheeks aren't like sucked in, and fucking there's some color in his face. I was like,
this
man.
Is the same person in the desert and with the goggles. So
yes.
Like,
oh, we got No Shame in the chat. What's up? This was the first battle that Jolie did with us, and this was No Shame versus Joe Cutter. We talked about this being the first trailer you guys did. You guys remember going down to the radio station and doing that interview with Joe Cutter and No Shame?
And you did it by himself.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Joe was there too?
Yeah, we went to 90.5 with Joe and No Shame, and they both together sat down and did an interview. And it was, you know, like, Joe is the most like confrontational dude ever. Like, he'll find a problem, he'll find a way to make things difficult, but he was always really cool with No Shame throughout that whole like experience and doing the battle and doing the interview and everything like that. And I was like grateful for that, because it was her first time coming out, and that's what I did not want to be like, oh, like we're gonna be hey, come hang out, and then this fucking goon with pastries in his pocket is just like threatening you or making you feel bad. But Joe was really cool the whole time, so I thought that was cool. And that battle ended up being easily the most viewed battle from that event, and probably one of the most viewed BOTZ battles.
Vice cover it?
Yeah. No, it was attached. I don't know.
Or
Vice might have. I don't know what.
Vice they linked it. I think they linked the battle in an article or something.
Yeah, linked it in an article. But the real, I think the most coverage from that one came from when Jolie did the epic rap battles in history.
That's
they
right,
actually had
yeah.
like a clip of that battle or like a clickable link or something like that.
Clickable, yeah.
Which is fucking crazy because like the epic rap battles in history channel has like 5 million subscribers or some shit.
Yeah,
so,
they were fucking killing it back then.
Yeah, it was crazy. And that was it was like enough after the fact. And it was a good battle for that to happen too, because I'm pretty sure No Shame won that battle. I want to go back and say No Shame won that battle. And it was, that's right. It was the Damn It battle that was the one that was attached to the epic rap battles in history. So this one only got
was the Vice
the views off the Vice thing. So yeah. Vice was the Joe battle. See, No Shame always brought some heat through.
The epic battle people were at the bunker that time. I forgot.
Yes, yeah, you're absolutely right. No Shame always brought some heat through on all the battles. Like we always it was always like that was. If we were super nice, it's because you were always worth the money and the travel and all the stuff. Like came out, did good battles, and the coverage we got after the battles was incredible. And yeah, like I said, I thought No Shame won that battle. But it was a good battle. It was good back and forth with Joe too. That's one of my favorite Cutter battles. You know what I mean? And I feel like we talk hella bad about Cutter because he's a fucking shithead, bro. Like, and he put a lot of us through a lot of shit. But he did definitely have his like moments in battle rap, and
he did.
Yeah, people can't deny that. Like, I even had shithead moments with Joe, and I can't deny like he was one of the most creative people in this shit.
Yeah,
sure.
he definitely.
Credit.
There'd always be like a bar or a few bars in each round that would be like super funny or super creative or whatever.
Just like only he could come up
yeah,
with
exactly. It. Like very like the Tiger Tie shit where it's like only that dude's coming up with it. But yeah, I think that's one of my favorite Cutter battles. It's one of my favorite No Shame battles. And it's one of my favorite BOTZ battles. So one of the more memorable ones from this event.
Yeah.
We didn't really talk about it, but we brought it up. Emerson Kennedy versus Madflex was on this card, and this was way before anybody knew who either of these guys are.
Yes, that's crazy. It was so crazy watching this what they looked like back then.
I know, right? Like
whoa.
Everyone's younger for sure. Well, this is 2014, so.
Too far.
Throw some years on it. Somehow I look younger. I was super fat in those battles, and I always wore a fucking wife beater, man. What the fuck was?
You still wear a wife beater?
I know, but I'm less fat, dude. Like fuck. Somebody could have told your boy. I think I was just so like battle rap gets you so like in your own ass. That like I really thought I was fucking handsome when I was just a pretty unattractive looking dude. You know what I mean?
No, we weren't gonna say anything. It's fine.
You're just gonna let me go. You're just gonna let me go. That's cool. Good friends.
It's good video.
From the friends that brought you bird bars. Comes Dan in a saggy wife beater. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. I think that I could say safely that everyone knew watching that battle that those guys were going to be stars in the future of battle rap. Like not like we knew setting up that battle, and there's certainly like they were kind of like if you were like aware of that level of battle rap, then you knew those two dudes were like rising stars. But in general, like just none of the leagues, they hadn't done any King of the Dot or any URL battles or whatever, and now it's like, you know, Madflex is arguably. It's so funny. We said we had Roan on here last week, and we were talking about Madflex, and he was like, "Man, that guy's been an up and coming battler for 10 years." But Madflex being arguably like one of the most popular quote unquote up and coming battlers of the last few years, and then Emerson Kennedy also like really breaking on the URL stage and becoming one of the guys who's like people think of as like a crazy writer. And that's when I thought when we put this battle together, I remember what I thought of. I was like, these guys write, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
it was crazy how quick Madflex went too. Like from the tryouts, and then all of a sudden, you know, he's in the Royal number 4.
Well, that's the thing about battle rap, I think, is one of the few things where you can have a performance that catapults you. You know what I mean? And sometimes it could be too soon. In the case of like Jonai, where he got like 4 battles in and then he had to go battle Disaster. I think Madflex, like, he was smart in the way that he like honed his craft at a time when the spotlight wasn't on him, so he could make mistakes and figure his stuff out and figure out how to fine tune his stuff and make it better. And then by the time he's doing battles against, you know, Big K and these huge names and King of the Dot, it's the best version of Madflex possible. You know what I mean? So there's definitely a strategy to being the up and coming guy for that long. You know what I mean?
A little credit to us for making the battles.
Yeah, you know,
just a little bit.
Let's talk about the matchmaking for this card a little bit. Like, when I look at this stuff, like, I don't, you know, sometimes it's like, how do we even come up with this shit? That the Luck Lush versus Reverse Live is the real question mark on this one. I feel like Luck Lush is the homie. I knew him forever. Me and the guy went to the Philippines together, and he certainly could rap. And I think he just was like, give me my shot, and like talked me into like giving him a battle with Reverse Live. And then Reverse Live proceeded to beat shit down his leg. Like, ridiculous, not even fair, beat shit down his leg battle.
Sorry.
That's the other thing about battle rap. Since it's not like a fist fight or a foot race, motherfuckers will think they're a lot better than they are. You know what I mean? And then you get in the ring and you learn. You're like, oh, well, actually, there's a big difference between me and that guy.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they're reacting to those bars and not my bars.
How many tryout people got like 2 good ones in, and then we put them on the car? It's like, stonewalled.
You can't continually come up with good content. You know what I mean? Like, unless you're fucking kilowatts, then. Did you?
It kept getting better and better.
We had oh, you know what was another hilarious battle from this card? I almost want to fucking pull it up. Was Malenko versus Cobalt 45?
Oh yeah.
Hold on.
Malenko.
Hold on real fast. Let me pull up fucking Malenko versus Cobalt 45.
Cobalt,
I can't. Malenko is so unique. No other battle rapper like Malenko.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, this is a classic for sure. We definitely like had our awkward battles. Like, I think that's like we kind of made a name for ourselves with some of these more awkward battles, and I feel like this was certainly one of them.
I think we embraced it.
We definitely did. That's why. That's the thing is that we just certainly at some point we're just like, yeah, we'll embrace this.
And I think it was you're being so direct with them that it was such a shit battle sometimes. And I was like, hey, get better. It's like, we're gonna put you on here, but
I'm gonna harass you. Like, part of the game is that I'm gonna make fun of you if you're not good. Like, that was always. Let's just watch a little bit of Malenko right now and see what kind of action we're getting off of this.
Let's go. This is battle, right? We're cool, so don't take this the wrong way, but I Google mapped meth head inbred bitches and found out where your mom's face. She had a long face, regretful. That's understood. Her son's a cow. That chip on your shoulder makes sense now. You're bitter because your mom's titty milk was sour.
That's the type of shit that everyone's just standing there like, oh, okay. You're bitter because of the titty milk. Okay.
What the hell happened?
Oh, you know what happened? I think when I'm doing too many internet things at once.
No, I tried to take my earbud out and just like stop the call.
Oh, god dang.
Why'd you do that? Why are you in the calling us?
Don't quit. We were watching Malenko talk about titty milk. He was such a
I spent a lot of time editing that battle.
Yes. Talk about
see all those cuts right there.
Talk about editing shitty battles and what that was like for you. What's what's the thought process going into like editing a battle that you know is like, okay, this battle isn't good at all? Are we going to? Do you like do more edits because you want to make it more watchable? Or are you like, I'm half-assing this one for sure?
One of my problems is I can't. I can't half-ass it. I'm like, my name's on it. It has to be the same. There has to be consistency. I can't
Fuck
do it.
yeah.
Even though 1,500 people are going to watch it over the course
Yeah.
of 7 years.
If you look every single one of those battles, top to bottom, even the battles that have like 400 views still are fully edited, like 3 camera angles.
It's all Sinner versus Darth Tone, and it's all fucking boom, 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 boom. Well, it's cinematic and shit.
What's funny about that one was Andrew was in a 60 frame per second phase, and that's when he did the main camera, and the other 2 cameras could only go up to 30.
What a pain in the ass.
I was like, he's like, I want to look good. And
I look like you're there.
Yeah, fuck 60, fuck 30. We're going 24. Just fucking make it whatever.
Test mode.
I wanted to feel like you're there. He's like, Andrew was working on fucking smell-o-vision and shit. He's like, how can we get the BO from the battle into the camera at home?
Fuck yes.
Nice and blendy.
I remember him cursing a couple times with like 18 things of footage in one timeline. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to do this. We just got to cut it. We just got to cut it. Let's get out there.
Should I convert the 2 of the angles down? Or
I was like, just take out one angle, dude.
And it's all for like Cobalt versus Malenko and shit. So like, no one's
going
to.
He said BLT Films in there. We have to edit this one real nice for him. It was the first time anyone shouted us out, and I thought it was like super special, but then I realized he was just reading down the flyer. It's not even special now.
Oh, God, that's right. Fuck. I forgot.
We're like dapping him up after, like, oh, hell yeah, dog, yeah.
Fire.
Maliko.
So the main event of this one was once again me battling, which was in retrospect a terrible idea. And this is the last. This was the last time I did that, right? I didn't do any more. I did the Rumble, huh?
Well, I did the Rumble. That was
it was like
that was different.
One round. It wasn't as time consuming to write, but this battle was actually a 1-round battle too, so that was cool. So cool to see fucking Tiger Ty come back, because this is the first time I had seen Tiger Ty in a while, and I don't know if everyone was aware, but he had a stroke around 2012 or something like that. So like after we battled the first time, he had a stroke. And he was hospitalized for like a month in Sacramento. And I was talking to his family during that time, his brother and stuff, and just trying to get updates on him because, my grandma had a stroke, and I know how serious that shit is. So I didn't know if he would ever be able to battle again. And then at some point, he just hit me up out of the blue. And he was like, "Yeah, I'm starting to get better. I'm walking again and everything."
Wow!
And then,
holy shit!
Yeah. He had to. I think he had to retrain himself to walk and I think even write, because it was his right side or whatever. But
oh man!
But by the time we battled, he back to Tiger Ty form. You know what I mean? So many amazing bars in that battle.
Oh my god!
He said
that's a pretty strong comeback right there.
He said
I think the first 3 lines from his, I was losing it behind the camera. I don't know what was going on.
That fool said he's like, the invisible dragon does exist, but Dan doesn't know how to use it.
I'm gonna punch you up in the thunderstorm,
dude. And he's like, Dan's a bitch, and he just stops, and then he's like, Danielle's a bitch.
Danielle's a bitch. Or rollerblades on my surfboard.
Oh my god, dude!
That was the one.
Oh, that's the best, dude. Rollerblades and a surfboard.
He's like, you already know my name. I rolled up on the surfboard and rollerblades.
Yeah. He's like, you already know my name. And, he paused and he's like, I rolled up on a surfboard with some rollerblades. And I was like, oh!
What did he rhyme in the first couple lines? He rhymed something with Philadelphia, and I think I lost it. I forgot what it was.
Hold on, I'll open it up right now.
What was it?
What is that?
It was the first line.
What is that full rhyme with Philadelphia?
This event had a little bit of everything. It was there was these types of battles. There was the Emerson Kennedy Madflex type of battles. They had everything.
Yeah.
It was not even close, and I was like, oh.
All right. Here we go, Tiger Ty.
Tiger Ty's belt is on you. Me and Dirtbag Dan made axe, we fought with an axe, not a language. Walked towards one another and exploded. That's where he was taking it. I flew into my next victim and started to strangle him. While Dirt had to walk back to California from Pennsylvania.
Dirt had to walk back from California to Pennsylvania. Dude, so many bars like that where you're like, what the fuck is he talking about?
God.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know what it is, but I like it.
I like it.
All right, Crooked TV reminded me of an awesome bar from the first battle where he's like, same trash can this dirtbag live behind. Man, he always has so many guys. Or he's like, he called me like a venomous bastard or something like that. He's a venomous bastard like a king cobra snake.
A king cobra snake. It's his delivery too. His delivery is impossible not to like.
Yeah, it's so good. He was like ahead of his time. He has a timeless style like that. All those battles, all the Tiger Ty performances, you can go back and watch at any point in time. And there's like certain battlers. I'm definitely guilty of having like a lot of battles that are like they were better when they came out, but that fool's battles are just like they're like fucking wine. They just keep getting better and better and better with age. You know what I mean?
I couldn't tell if those pauses were like very deliberate or if he really was like had to think about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I think
5 seconds.
I think that's like the question with him all the time. Is
That's the
like,
magic with certain people.
Is like, is it planned or is it? Or I guess the better thing to say is because without a doubt he knows what he's doing. Like, he's not just some idiot savant in there. Like, Tiger Ty knows what works. He knows what makes people laugh, and he employs that shit. So, I think the question becomes is like, how much of it is his personality, and how much of it is he operating on knowing what people likes? You know what I mean?
That fool was wearing an Oscar the Grouch belt.
God,
that's why Lush was all round one. Tiger Ty's belt. It's on you.
Yeah. That fool had an Oscar the Grouch belt on. Yeah, he was.
God,
he was so he's so unique, such a unique battle rapper. I have no idea where that dude is now. If there's like, man, you know, like if there's like, you know, people are like, oh, if you could have lunch with any person dead or living, mine would be Tiger Ty for sure.
Oh man,
forget fucking Jim Morrison or Jimi Hendrix. I mean, give me fucking a Subway sandwich with Tiger Ty, homie, and I'll be a happy boy, man. I remember when
he orders there.
Yeah, I know shit. He's like, I want everything. I remember when I wrote for that battle, my whole strategy was like go back and look at our first battle and just basically like reiterate all the things that he said to me, and like not like I like forget everything I said in that battle. What did Tiger Ty say to me? And Tiger Ty, he was like, he did the big supplies bar in that battle. He's like, Radio Shack is where I go to get my big supplies. So I did that whole shit about like, well, where do you go now that most of the Radio Shacks are closed?
Radio Shacks are closed.
And then the other one was right off the bat, I was like, you gave me a diagnosis, and I said like, I went to a doctor and said I had radiogalactic toxicity. Like I said, imagine how stupid I looked. Yeah, and then I
radio cystic fibrosis.
It's very galactoxicity. The funniest thing was I certainly forgot my bars in that battle. Yeah. So I did the thing where I'm like, Tiger bars. Like Tiger.
Say it again.
I said Tiger bars. So it's like if I sing it. Oh, that's what it is. He said galactosism generate galactotoxism.
Galactotoxism.
It's definitely generate in the middle. However you say those words.
Oh man.
But yeah, I do the thing where I sing because I forget my bars. But then I had that whole I had all the tiger bars, and then I did some bird bars in there, and that was the first time I ever did bird bars. After the Roan thing, where I was like, okay, well now that this is so stupid, I'll just bring this up again. And sure as shit, everybody loved it. That's the best thing about doing something stupid in a battle. Is like, just bank it. It'll be great in your next battle.
Just do it.
Just talk about how in my last battle, I threw up in my own mouth.
Reference their old battles like that, and then everyone knows what they're talking about. Like, you turn your battle into like an entity. You can like reference it directly like that.
No shit. That's like those moments in time and shit. Like, and that's when when Roan was on here last week, we were talking about. He was like, you say what you want about bird bars, but that's the only thing I remember about that battle. I was like,
true, man. There's something to be said about that.
Fair enough. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, all publicity is good publicity.
Yeah, exactly. You can't go wrong. But I felt like this was a successful event for us, and like we kind of at this point had like firmly established ourselves as like an alternative league in this region. Not like we reached that level where we were competing with like King of the Dot or URL, but we had certainly, and mainly because of you guys, mainly because the quality of the footage of these battles, especially because there was a leap in quality from BOTZ2 to this one. Because of, like you said, you had 7 fucking camera angles and there's all those crazy zooms and it just looked good, man. And I think that that really is what kind of put us on the map with the battlers, right? Because now people watch the battles and they're like, okay, I want to come battle here.
Yeah, no, I could definitely say this event was, I was like, I seen the lower tryout battles and I was like, oh, like, I could try out for this. Like,
yes, you're like these.
Who
dudes.
did we have try out before that?
Okay, so on this card on the bottom of the card,
was on it, wasn't it?
No, not this one.
I believe Ohms is on this card. Is he not
on
this card?
He might have been. He might have been in many.
Because he was supposed to. I think he was supposed to try out for that one.
He battled Logic the same,
and then.
No,
someone on the card
tryouts, BOTZ3
didn't
tryouts.
show up, and so Ohms battled him.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
I know most of those battles switched to the last minute.
You're right. You're right.
Because this must have been in the event where he said all my bars are like my felony warrants. They're all outstanding.
Yep. Oh my God. What a fucking what a classic.
All my bars are like my felony warrants. They're all
I mean, if you look at this card, it's 90% like tryout level battles. There's like 3. There's like 3. There's like 5. There's 4. No. There's a few good battles on this card. But the event as a whole, I think, was like just hella fun, right? Like everybody had a really good time. Everybody got to battle. All the battles were released. They all looked really good. So this put us in a position where we could like establish ourselves as a league. And this was pre-tryouts. We weren't doing tryouts at this point. We just had like lower level battles on the card, mainly as like a way to get people in the building, right? If you book 20 battles on the card, then you got at least 40 people there minimum. You know what I'm saying? That's a classic battle rap strategy.
Was this the one, or was it, I can't remember which one. I think 3 we started tryouts in the back bar.
There was a battle of BOTZ3 tryouts. I don't remember if it was before or after.
Yeah, I don't know if it was, because I remember in the back,
it was Thursday, June 12th.
Okay, I remember when we started doing the tryouts, like we did the first ones like behind the dumpster out front of the studio. Am I wrong about that?
That was number 2. That was BOTZ2, right?
Oh, yeah, that was BOTZ2. So
you filmed against a brick wall behind the dumpster.
No, it wasn't BOTZ2 because think about it. The reason that we did the 18-year-old kids behind the dumpster is because we couldn't get them into a bar. Because if we could get anybody we wanted into that fucking warehouse, we could have had babies fight in that warehouse if we wanted to.
That's right.
We could have we could have had lions battle each other in that fucking shit, and no one would have known. But yeah, it was certainly, I think that we didn't start doing tryouts until after this event.
Yes.
Because I'm looking at some of these names like, oh, you would have tried out. There's no way you would have just been, there would have clearly been a big old tryout on above yo shit. But I'm not going to call out anybody specifically. Yeah. Let me pick someone. Who am I going to call out specifically? Let's put it on Quintilis Destroyer. It's your fault.
Yeah.
I picked the one guy on there who would actually get mad if I said his name. So So I was like, who will actually get upset if I say, oh, that guy would?
I'm actually entertained by that because that guy's had like 1 million live videos on his own shit where he just talks so much shit on
Homie, we're gonna get a live video because I just said that right there.
Yeah.
Do you understand? This is my Tekashi 6ix9ine way of getting people to pay attention to the fact we're doing podcasts.
No, it's just great in comparison because that's probably like the only time you've said his actual name
like
in like 6 or 7 years.
I'm like, I hate this so much I have to talk about it.
It was like the Amanda Nunez fight when they pulled up the scorecard, like of significant strikes.
Fuck off.
Don't pull it up. Don't put it on the screen.
Fuck off said menstrual cycle was a battle rap name.
Yeah, I remember him.
You're absolutely correct. He was
he pulled up at a couple events.
If I'm not confused, he was an Asian juggalo too.
Yes.
Which is like
he's still around.
Oh,
man. I think being an Asian juggalo is like being a leprechaun. It's like if you find one, they grant wishes or something like that. They're rare. At least they're rare. The card is worth some extra money. That's all I'm saying.
BOTZ has it all.
That was the first one where it was Madman.
Oh yes,
the guy didn't show up.
Yep,
and he just had him spit in front of the camera.
Yep, a classic spaz.
Always awesome.
Back when we used to do spazzes, and then Andrew was like figuring, how do I use 7 camera angles on one guy, rapping into the camera by himself? He's like,
more cameras equal higher production value.
Certainly 5 people are gonna watch this video, and I need to make sure they all know that BLT Films is not fucking around.
Wait, so
I'm looking at it right now, and 1.3 thousand people watched him spaz into the camera.
Wow.
Baby!
What was BLT Films though?
These fools really just like bacon?
Man.
I don't know. What was up with that? Why did you pick BLT?
That was our first little production company we had together.
Nice. We started that in college.
Yeah. Is it because you guys liked BLTs a lot? Was it a bacon related thing?
It was that's what everyone thought when they saw us.
I'm guessing Bower something.
It was actually called it was Baseline Tomahawk.
Oh,
that's the name of my next indie band.
We're both basketball players.
I legit never would have guessed that.
No.
Yeah.
I was gonna say bisexual Latin teens. Just because you're like, that's what you were searching on the reg, and you're like, you too? You also like bisexual Latin teens?
Our first name was the Bison Love Triangle.
Bison Love Triangle. That's good. That's what it looks like. It looks like a bison love triangle, just hella sweaty, holding cameras.
But we didn't have a third bison, so we had to rename it.
Yeah.
Yes.
That makes sense. That makes perfect sense.
For obvious reasons.
Oh man. Well, thank you guys. We did the whole fucking hour.
Yeah.
We broke down this card top to bottom. What does BOTZ4 look like? What was the headline battle on that card?
That was the
Rumble, right? The first Rumble.
The first fucking Rumble. Wow.
Yeah.
You know what I think we're going to try to do next week is we'll get Reverse live in studio next week because me and him got to work on some music anyways. So
nice.
We'll get Reverse Live to come over here and we will do a Behind the Bots with Reverse Live and we'll talk about doing the first Rumble.
Yeah, because the Caustic vs. Marv 1 was like headline the tryout event the night before BOTZ4.
Oh, okay.
4.5 at Makla.
That's why. Okay, that's
because I came the night before, but I didn't come to BOTZ4 for the first Rumble.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll break down the first Rumble next week, and we'll get Reverse Live in studio. And boy, did we have a lot of battles on that card. Jeez.
Well, no, that was both days.
But still, man, that was when we were doing 2 events back to back. We'd do like 10 battles on each card. What a nightmare.
Yeah.
Wait.
And then like on Sunday, I'd be like, all right, guys, I promise I won't call you for a week. You know what I mean?
That's when we said we're just doing one camera, one angle.
That's it. No more of this bullshit. This fool's got a fucking suitcase full of hard drives from that fucking event. It's like, how much footage did we film?
God.
Well, I will say this. I think this was the event that really put you guys on the map as far as quality of footage. And it became so much easier to book big battles. Like, this is the last card that looks like this, where there's like only a few big names and only a few like notable battles on it. the cards that come after this, they have names like Marv 1, and you got the Rumble that's got big names, all just like people started to come through. And I think largely it was because because I'm a battler, and as a battler, like that's almost the first thing you look at is like, oh, like, is the battle going to come out? You know, is it going to look good? Because I can go there and whatever, but am I going to waste a month, 2 months of my life writing some shit, get on a plane, be uncomfortable, do all the bullshit, and then not really have anything valuable to show for it? And I think that this shit showed right off the bat that, like, if people came to San Jose, they were going to leave with, at the very least, a super high quality battle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think for me, that was the first battle, like, after we were like, wow, this is it. Like, we kind of have like our following. This is our group right here.
Yeah, BOTZ was. That's what I'm saying. This was the one where we were like, okay, we're a fucking league now. Like, it's not like
we can make something of this, and we can do it our own way.
Yes, and that it's probably because we had some of those like weird ass battles on the card, and we're like, yeah, this shit's funny though. Let's just embrace the fuck shit, and then that totally got out of control, and that's the story of how bots ended. So, but we'll get there. We'll get to kilowatts, guys. You got to keep watching Behind the Bots. Thank you, Moist Mob, for fucking joining us. As always, you guys are princes amongst men, kings even.
Thank you, Crooked TV, for $2.
Oh yeah, boy, that cappuccino Degini.
And No Shame. That was an amazing battle. Love
yes, shouts out to No Shame. That was clearly the most
original right there.
Yes, most original or the most notable battle from that card. I would say I would give to No Shame versus Joe Cutter. So, all right, guys, peace out, and peace out to you guys. This is your boy. Come on, let's get this full screen off the thing. It's your boy Dan, and this is your boy Ryan, and this has been Behind the Bots. And we'll be back next Sunday. Like I said, we'll get Reverse Live in studio. Please throw a like on the video. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. And we're doing a whole lot more content these days. I don't know how long we're all going to be like not able to fucking go out and party. But as long as we're not able to go out and party, we're doing this shit. And when we're able to go out and party, motherfucking Battles is coming back. So we'll see you guys.